Right. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to do this class. Today is actually the theme of the class is pride. And I am in a same-sex relationship. And I absolutely love my partner very much. And there is an expression about being kind of loving who you want to love, especially including yourself. So the focus today is kind of bringing all that pride back inside. And how that gets expressed out through your movements is really being aware and conscious of how you are moving and taking care of yourself to the utmost degree. Some of these things are not going to be easy, the exercises. There's no equipment required. Having said that, you do need to really take care of your body. So that's where it gets translated, right? It gets translated into taking care of myself, loving myself enough to express my needs, to express the way I need to do it, and live my life and my Pilates practice how I need to live it, right? Because it's authentic to me. So I want you to kind of take that in and let's get started. We're going to start in cat-cow. This class will be recorded, by the way. So if you like the class and you want to repeat it, just shoot me a little text and I'm going to record it. And as you know, all of your contributions to this class are full-on donations. So this is my way of giving back to a community that I love and cherish very much. Okay, so we're gonna cat and cow first. Take a moment to release your kittens. So let's be a kind of a pregnant cat for a moment. As you exhale, close the pelvic floor. Feel those kittens snuggle into the front of your frame. Don't move your spine quite yet. Inhale, release, and let those kittens hang out. Let them balloon open. Inhale, exhale, and pull those kittens in nice and snug. As you exhale, lifting up to the pelvic floor, deep abdominals, activate. Inhale, release. Exhale, close the pelvic floor. Pull in your kittens. So the pregnant cat is really drawing in her kittens and smiling wide across the abdomen. Here we go. We're going to round our back into our actual cat. But now we're pulling in our abdomen as much as possible. We're snuggling our kittens in. We're going to bend our elbows, press into our cow. Inhale. Exhale, round into cat. You can press down into your shins. It gives a little extra juice. Inhale, still pulling in those kittens, please. Exhale, hold those kittens in tight as you transition into the cow shape. Good, so pull your little calves in, right? And here we go. Lots of animal references today. Pull in and up through the deep pelvic floor and abdominals, draw in those kittens, inhale. Exhale, bending your elbows. Press, pull in your kittens even as you arch. One more time. Rounding your back into cat shape. Pause, inhale. Exhale, bending your elbows, pressing into cow as you continue to pull up through the pelvic floor and abdomen. Excellent. Come right down onto your stomachs right now. And as I'm constantly doing research in by taking other classes, I'm noticing there's a lot of emphasis on the opening of the front of the body. There's like different fitness trends. And right now, extension has become one that I notice is in fitness classes a lot more than it used to be even a couple of years ago. I'm really happy about that. So we're going to press our way up into a gentle extension early in class. So that's kind of the difference. Pull in and up through the pelvic floor and deep abdominals. Draw in your kittens. Now you're going to press up to your body's comfort level, right? We're just warming up, but we need to really think about lengthening the front of the body. Inhale, exhale, and coming down. Maybe you came up an inch or two. Maybe you came up half a foot. Inhale, whatever it is, through your noticing and your core strength, you're going to gently press yourself up. Gentle cobra here, lifting in and up through the pelvic floor and core and coming down. Don't lose your kittens, right? That's where we tend to get too much into our low back if we forget that. Anchor your pubic bone, lengthen your legs, squeeze your kneecaps so you've got a little bit of support through the legs. As you exhale, pressing into your palms, coming up, open through the chest, inhale, exhale, pull in those kittens, really keep them connected. 2 more, inhale. And exhale, shoulder blades melting down the back. Drawing through the kittens, press a pubic bone down. Open through the chest, inhale. Exhale, coming down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, press shoulders and shoulder blades down. Drawing pelvic floor in and up, inhale. And exhale, coming down. Excellent. Please press up onto all fours. And from here, we're going to go right into child's pose. So take a moment to come drop right into child's pose. Good. Walk your child's pose over to the right as you create a little bit of length on the left side. And I'm encouraging you to keep your kittens pulled in even as you walk yourself over to the left side of your mat, reaching through your right arm, so that there is this all constant awareness, the constancy of the core. This is kind of the 1 hour of the day where you get a chance to actually keep your core at the forefront of your mind, where we continue to strengthen, but we actually get a chance to practice that. Really, it's very hard to do that in other aspects of our day. Okay, so we're on our back. We've come to our back. We're going to reach our hands up. Just do some pelvic tilts here. So I'm going to close the pelvic floor, pull up through the pelvic canal, pull my kittens in here and flatten my back. Really feel and name that spot for yourself. You can feel the lumbar of your spine, the arch of your back, change its shape into the flatness, into the curl, and then back to neutral. And then arch and increase the lumbar arch of your back and tip your pubic bone towards the floor. Inhale back through neutral and tipping your pelvis backwards as you flatten your back through neutral and arch. There's many ways to teach this gentle pelvic tilt. And today I want to emphasize that the pelvis is influencing the shape of the lumbar spine as it moves. One more, close the pelvic floor, deep abdominals, and really imprint that low back. Excellent. Feel that at that ab centered, nothing else. And arch, reach, still pulling in those kittens, and you draw yourself into that arch and feel the gentle traction across the front of your pelvis and navel center. Come back to center and let's gently tip side to side. So all I'm doing is I'm kind of keeping a relatively neutral pelvis, but I'm tipping my hip bones to the right, coming back to center, tip to the left, come back to center. If I had a marble inside my pelvic bowl, I'm just tipping the marble to the left and the right, using my deep core to influence the tipping of the pelvis. I'm not going to feel much in my lumbar, but I should feel quite a bit across the lower abdomen, as if I had saran wrap across my hip bones, tightly snuggled around those bones. Come back to center, and then we're going to go all the way around the world just a couple times. This is where we're tuning our instrument. It's like scales. If you've ever played an instrument, go the other way. One more time, or kind of tinkering with something that you really love to use and you know you need to have it in good shape before you use it. So we're going to close the pelvic floor, pulling up through the pelvic canal, bring your right and left leg to tabletop. Okay, here we go. Single leg toe tap and bring it back up. My hands are still up to the sky, alternating legs and on the left leg and bring it back up. I'm going to inhale down, exhale up, really pulling those kittens in. Let that kitten cue be your guide today. And as you're drawing in those kittens, you're not flattening your back into a cat shape. So we're not flattening the lumbar, we're preserving the curve. As I lower my right leg, I'm gonna reach my left arm overhead. So now it's kind of dead bug and return and change, right arm, left leg and return. Can you keep the back rib cage down and pull up through the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals while you're drawing in those kittens? Here we go, 4 more. I inhale on the length, exhale on the return, inhale on the length, exhale on the return, 2 more each side. Last one each side. Okay, arms up, legs up, inhale, Exhale, press your palms, kind of point them away from you because we're gonna gently curl up. So now we're adding those upper obliques a little bit more. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, pulling in and up through the pelvic floor and core. Reach your fingertips towards your ankle bones, and then inhale, lie back. 3 more. Inhale, lie back. Reach your arms all the way overhead this time. Keep those back ribs anchored. Arms are gonna reach up. Once the fingertips reach the sky, you're gonna nod your head and curl up. Inhale, lie back. 2 more. Curl, curl, curl. Inhale, pull those kittens in. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Curl, curl, curl. Excellent. Reach the arms up. Pause here. Inhale, exhale, double leg toe taps. 1 and 2, 3. You got it. We're going for 10 of these. 4. Maybe your toes don't touch the floor all the way. That's cool, right? What do you need to do to take care of your body? You really want to just go down far enough that that kitten connection is challenging and come right back up. But you don't want the spine to change shape. 3 more. Yes, you got it. 2 more. And last one. Perfect. Hug your knees to your chest. Fantastic. Come on to all fours. Again. Awesome. Okay, so from here, we're going to come bringing our hands and knees under our shoulders and hips. Press up. Pull your right knee into your chest. Kick your right leg out. So we went from lying on our back, working our core, to suddenly feet and hands and core here. So exhale on the way in, inhale on the way out. Neutral spine, kittens in. 4 more. 3. I wrote a little list of exercises down. 2 to keep me on track. 1 and bring it down, changing sides. So you should feel the quad of the leg that's down, the core working, and the deep breath, really firing in those kittens. And 3, point the toe as you reach out. 4, 5, try not to have your butt come too high. You want it in line with your shoulders. 6, 7, 8, you got it. 2 more, 9, 10, and bring it down. If you do reformer class, that is like a single knee stretch, right? You're gonna come down onto your forearms, connect the pelvic floor and core, feel the deep abdominals recruit, bring your right leg up. Okay, a little bit of Jane Fonda. Who doesn't want Jane Fonda? Okay, so we're gonna press up. Seriously, who doesn't want Jane Fonda? She's amazing, right? Isn't she not a total inspiration? So we're gonna reach up in so many ways, but particularly her, she's wickedly smart and in amazing shape, and not just looks good, but moves really beautifully. So here we go, we're gonna press up. Channel your inner Jane Fonda. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. 4 and 5. Can you keep those kittens pulled in? So this isn't about your back at all. 6. It's all about those glutes. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're not going to change sides. We're going to go right out to opening that right leg out to the right. Okay, so we're still on our forearms, still using our pelvic floor and core. Now you're just opening it up, but don't twist your hip. 5 more. 5 and 4. 3. Zip out through the pelvic floor and core. 2. You got it. Last 1. Wow. Bring it down. Crazy how actually the left leg and left booty was doing a lot of work, right? Isn't that interesting? Okay, because that's your stabilizer. The benefit of having 2 halves, right? One is stabilizing so the other can mobilize. Okay, here we go. Jane Fonda on the left side. I'm turning around. You don't have to. You just change legs to your left leg. Here we go. Left heel reaching up for the sky, but no arching back. Please do not arch your back. Really snuggle those kittens in. Keep your pelvis really neutral as you pump that left heel to the sky. Exhale as you squeeze the glute. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Zip up through the pelvic floor and core. Feel the connection from the kittens all the way across the front of your body, equally to the amount that you're squeezing your glute, going up. 5 more, and 5, 4, we can do this. 3, stay connected. 2, 1, we're gonna bring it down and open. 1, out to the left. 2, 3, 4. So this is core because your spine is having to work to not collapse to the floor. So you're using your abdomen to pull your spine column up to the sky as your left leg is lifting your left thigh, knee, shin, and foot. 9, last one, 10, bring that back, sit back, child's pose. We're gonna go to another hip mobility exercise in a moment. Come on down. How do you want to do this child's pose? Do you want to be up on your fingertips and really open up the space in your armpits? Or do you want to have flat palms and come all the way down? Either way, kittens are up today. So your child's pose is turned into a little kitty cat who's pulling in her kittens as she's folding over them, hollowing and scooping. So you're not really fully resting. I'm sorry. You can do whatever you want. Like I said, you get to get that choice. I'm going to continue to pull my kittens in and practice endurance, core endurance. Okay, we're going to go back onto all fours. You ready? Back on your form. Now we're going to make circles with our thigh. So what does that mean? I'm up here, right? I'm going to start in the Jane Fonda position. I'm opening my right knee out. I'm going to bring it down and swoop it back around and up. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I don't want my pelvis to rock or my tail to wag. I'm going to stay absolutely stable with my pelvis. That's going to come from my core, all right? So the abdominal muscles, the interior muscles, set that pelvis in that stable position, and then the ball and socket joint gets to move the way it needs to, not the pelvis or the spine. Here we go. Exhale, pull in through the pelvic floor, pull in those kittens as you reach your right leg up. Circle the right knee out to the right and bring it down. 1, 2, we're going to do 5 on each side. 3, and then we're going to change directions. 4, zip it up through the pelvic floor and core. 5, okay? And let's do left leg. Here we go. Left leg up, zipping through the pelvic floor and core to create that interior support. 1, so Jane Fonda up position first, then open that left knee out, then bring it down. 2, 3, you got it. And 4, notice one side totally different than the other, right? 5, here we go, other way, open to the left, bringing it back and down. 1, 2, amazing. 3, and 4, and 5, good job. That is definitely my weaker side. Changing to the right side again. Now this time I start in Jane Fonda and I bring it down first. Open out, lift up against gravity, and then circle. 1, 2, really work that ball and socket. 3, feel that circle, that revolution of the ball in the cup. 4, really work that. That's where we unhinge any sort of kinks right in there. Here we go. Let's do left side. So it starts up in Jane Fonda first. Let's bring it down, open out to the left and bring it up. 1, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, bring it around. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and bring it down. Okay, I think we need to do a little hip stretch. So if you're up for it, let's do pigeon. Although if pigeon doesn't work for you, you're going to take figure 4. So for pigeon, let's start on all fours. You're going to bring your right knee to your right hand. Extend that left leg back. You're in this position. You want to not be leaning all the way over to the right. Square your hips so you at least are pointing both hip points to the floor evenly, and then you can come down onto your elbow or all the way down through your arms onto your forehead. As you're doing this position, I encourage no collapsing, but a softening, right? So see if you can keep a certain level of engagement happening as you can slowly feel it stretching. If this option or variation is not working for you right now, because for whatever reason, option 2 is lying back on your back, figure 4 with your right foot flexed. So pick the variation that works for you. We're going to stretch for about a minute on each side. If you already have a yoga practice, you know that you have options. You can put like a little pillow or something underneath your right butt cheek if we're stretching that right hip first. And then when we go to the left side, you can put the pillow under the left butt cheek. It just helps to kind of prop and bring you to a more level position when you are deepening into this release work. 2 more nice big breaths here. Get in touch with what your body needs. 1 more breath. Excellent. Okay. Carefully come on up, come on to all fours. Take a moment. Let's do some hip circles here. Hip circles help to open up all the dynamic angles of the hip, not always so just front to back or side to side, but it includes everything in between. Let's go the other way. The other kind of fitness focus these days in the medical field, into the fitness field, is hip flexion and hip extension, but predominantly hip flexion. They are reporting that hip flexion, being able to do this position, this deep hip hinge right here, bending, can increase longevity, or it can even indicate longevity. I don't know why, I haven't read all the articles, but it does make our hips stronger. And as we age, we know as our hips become more fragile, and once we break a hip, there's a more rapid decline, especially in the elderly, which none of you are in that category. Okay, here we go. Left knee forward, but when your hips are flexible and strong, there's less opportunity for loss of balance and breaking of the hip. So here we go. We are going to square our hips, 2 hip points, my front hip bone and my on my right and my left. Square them to the floor and then come on down. And again, if this stretch is not the one that feels best for you, do what works for you. You do you, as they say. Do you need to lie on your back and place your left ankle and come into your figure 4? Would that be a better position for you? Where are you going to release the best? Where can you give yourself the best self-care you can in this moment? How can you take care of yourself in this moment? 1 more breath here. Good, really finding a way to release and relax. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna gently come all the way up. We come through all fours, making our way into our Pilates inverted V. Of course, this is downward facing dog. Walk yourself all the way back onto the back of your mat. Inhale, hang over, bend your knees. As you exhale, you're gonna walk yourself forward. Bring your knees down, little push up. Press up, come through plank, press into your Pilates inverted V, walk your hands back to your legs. I'm going to encourage you to do it in 4 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could you do it in a way that you didn't feel like a rocking ship? Inhale, bend your knees, kind of soften everything. Exhale, re-engage, pull in those kittens, walk out 4 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4, down on your knees, little push up with those elbows right by your side. Press through plank, lift your tail, walk back. 2, 3, 4, bend your knees, soften, relax your kittens even here. Inhale, exhale, straighten your legs, pull in and up through your kittens, activate your core, walk out. 2, 3, 4, kittens in, knees down, Elbows snuggle to your side, press up, press all the way through plank and back again. We're gonna do that 4 more times. 4, bend, soften, stretch everything. As you straighten your legs, activate pelvic floor and core, walk out. 2, 3, 4, knees down, kittens in, and elevators up, press, straighten, back, 2, 3, 4, and bend. Zip in and up to the pelvic floor and core as you straighten your legs. 2 more. Here we go, bend and down. Feel this as much abdominals as you do arms. Come back, 2, 3, 4. Bend everything, hang over. Exhale, straighten your legs. Pull in and up to the pelvic floor and core. Strong core to take you up last time. Here we go. Can you do a full push-up this time without bringing your knees down? Bend and press up. Good job. Stay here. Okay, here we go. Right leg 10 times going up. 1. So I'm squaring my hips. 2. Pulling in and up through my pelvic floor and core. 3. Now here's where I said you take care of you, right? 4. 5. Maybe you need to be down on your elbow. 6, and that would be a better variation for you. 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Excellent. So we're going to take the leg up, bend your knee, open the knee out, and circle around here. 1, 2. So Jane Fonda going out to the side and down. 3, 4. Whoo, 5, very different upside down. Now go the other direction, but same leg. 1, 2, bigger, stretchier on that left hamstring. 3, more instability in that pelvis. You got to bring a little more core. 4 and 5, come on down and lie back into child's pose for a moment. Inhaling here. Exhale, come back up, moment's over, stretch, make your way into your Pilates inverted V. Again, you can always come down onto your elbow and come up this way on your elbow. I'm totally fine with that as long as your kittens are in and it works for you, okay? Or you can do the bent knee variation that we did earlier, but first we're gonna raise that left leg up 10 times, focusing on that core, glute, hamstring connection. 3, 4. So it's those first couple of inches as the toe leaves the ground that the leg is kind of the heaviest against gravity. 7. You want to fire those hamstrings and glutes right there and then carry it all the way up the change. 8, 9. Here we go. 10. Softly bend your knee. Open the knee out to the side and bring it down and around. 1, 2. Feel the stability that's required of your pelvis. 4, last one. 5, we're going to go the other way, then we come off the wrists, I promise. 1, 2, 3. Stay strong in your arms, strong in your core. 4, melt the shoulders down your back. 5, and come all the way in. Have a seat on your mat and rest. Okay, so we're sitting on our mat. Take a moment to just sit up really nice and tall. Place your hands behind your head and stretch your chest up to the ceiling. So much of what we did was while we're reaching through the arms, there's such a load on the shoulders. So here, we're kind of unloading the shoulders and lifting the chest. Excellent. Inhale, exhale, and then round the spine. Inhale, reach up, unload the chest. Let it float like helium balloons, lifting your rib bones up to the sky. And exhale, same helium balloons, lifting the back of your rib bones up to the sky. We don't think about the back of the ribs very often. We always think about the front of the ribs. Inhale, exhale, lift the back of the ribs to the ceiling. And then lift the front of the ribs up to the ceiling. One more time. Good. And coming forward with your arms. Here we go, roll back. So if roll back is not your jam today because you've got some stuff going on in your spine or osteoporosis, osteopenia, or disc issues, please stay in neutral. Okay, that's gonna be your variation. Otherwise, legs are together, feet together, curl the pelvis under and roll back one vertebra at a time. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, reach your arms back up to the sky, nod your head and curl up. Try to dig your heels down into the mat as you create that rounded spine shape. And inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, as you curl the pelvis under, really work that pelvic bowl first. So you really feel like, gosh, I'm on my sits bones. Now I've rolled behind my sits bones. Now I'm on my coccyx. Now I'm behind my coccyx. Now I'm all feeling the length of the sacrum all the way through my lumbar. Inhale, reach through the rib cage. Exhale, reach those fingertips back up, nod your head. So same journey on the return, right? You're not just popping up. You want to feel the landscape of your sacrum and your coccyx and the space between the coccyx and sits bones, and then the sits bones all the way up. It's a lot of words. You know the routine. Exhale, curl the pelvis under and roll back. Where'd your kittens go? Uh-oh, you gotta go get them. Pull them in nice and close to the front of your body as you reach back. And nod your head. Oh my gosh, I'm getting nice and flexible here, but it's taking me a minute. Two more. Curl the pelvis under, rounding the spine, zipping in and up with the pelvic floor and core. Inhale and exhale. Feel that core act like a bungee cord to help me return back up. Last one, inhale, exhale, curl as I roll back. Inhaling, elongating as I stretch and breathe in, and then exhale, breathe out. Feeling that boomerang-like core quality as I curl up. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna roll back only to move on to something next in our abdominals. So here we are in our up position. I'm gonna encourage you to take your hands behind your head. We're gonna work the twisting of the rib cage. So we haven't done too much twisting yet of our upper body. We've done quite a bit with our leg. So I'm off to the right. I'm gonna reach my left hand past my right knee, and I'm gonna try to touch my left ankle. Not actually gonna touch it. That's gonna be my goal as I do little pulses here, twist and reach. 10, 9, 8. Can my left hand reach towards my right ankle? 7, 6, my palm is facing away from me. 5, but in addition to what's happening on the left side, I'm really pressing down on the right side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, bring it down. We got to do the other side. I'm going to turn so I can see you. You can stay where you are and just go to the other side if you'd prefer. So we're up, right hand to the outside of your left thigh. See your goal. Your goal is your your left ankle. Here we go. Little pulses. 1, 2. So I'm really working the twist and reach. 3. Twisting and reaching. 4, anchoring that left rib cage down a little more. 5, 6, 7, feel the pelvic floor, deep abdominals, pulling in and up. 8, 9, and 10. Excellent, lie back down, hug those knees to the chest. Fantastic, now let's work the pelvis, rocking side to side, working those deep internal obliques. We're gonna start with our knees down. Squeeze your legs together so they're going to act as a unit. Take a moment to inhale, and as you exhale, take both knees and pelvis. Really, it's not your knees. Let me restart that cue. You want your hip bones to do the tipping first. Your knees are going to follow, but it's because your hips have tipped to the right. Notice my feet are stacked on top of each other, so now my left foot has left the mat. All my weight is on my right hip, right butt cheek. Keeping my left rib cage down. Inhale, exhale, pulling in and up with the pelvic floor and core and rolling the pelvis back to center. I'm going to go over to the other side, pouring the weight over to the left hip. My right foot is stacked on top of my left, keeping my right rib cage down. Inhale, exhale, close the pelvic floor, deep abdominals, and return the pelvis back to center. Tip it to the right. Zipping in and up with the pelvic floor and core. Inhale and exhale. Return back to center. Over to the left. Inhale, exhale, return back to center. Okay, you're gonna do that if you need to keep this going. Otherwise, we're gonna take it up to the next level, legs in tabletop, okay? So same thing, it's harder because you don't have anything with your feet to support you. So you have to find the support internally. That's the kittens pulling in, pelvic floor. Here we go. Tip your knees, but really tip your pelvis to the right. Make sure your knees are stacked on top of each other, just like your feet were. Inhale, exhale, pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Roll across the mat with your sacrum over to the left side. Keep your right knee stacked in line with your left knee as you tip to the left. Inhale, exhale, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, and return. Can't you feel that? It's amazing how clarifying that is for those deep obliques. Reaching over to the right, lengthen that left kneecap. Inhale, exhale, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, bring it back. Over to the left side, reach that right kneecap. Inhale, exhale, return back to center. One more time, over to the right, reach that left kneecap. Big breath in, exhale, come all the way back to center, over to the left side. Reach that right kneecap. Inhale, exhale, come all the way back. Okay, last variation. This one is the hardest to be sure. Okay, I apologize for the view, but I want you to kind of see what is happening here. Sometimes it's hard to see with the angle of the camera. So I'm gonna open my right leg out to the right. I'm tilting my pelvis just like we did a moment ago to meet my right leg with my left. I'm gonna rock across my sacrum through to the middle. Then I open my left leg out to the left, reach my right leg over to stack on top of my left side. Exhale, using my abdominals to return back to center. Can you see that? Okay, I'm gonna keep going like this, this way so you can see. And hopefully you're focusing in on your body. Here we go. Close the pelvic floor, zip up through the pelvic canal, kittens in, open the right leg out to the right, bring the left leg over to meet it by tipping your hips over to the right side. Inhale, keep those ribs square. Exhale, return back to center. Open the left to the left, right leg meets the left leg way off to the left corner somewhere that you can totally manage and are strong in. And bring it back up. Here we go. Right leg over to the right. Left leg meets that right leg. Exhale, return, deep, deep, deep abs. Yes, left leg out to the left. Right leg to the left. Inhale, exhale, return to center. One more time. Right leg over to the right. Left meets the right side. Exhale. Can you really work those oblique angles as you pull those kittens in? Last time, left to the left, right meets the left side. Exhale, return back to center. Wow, pretty cool, right? Okay, let's do a couple of bridges. Kind of slithering like a snake on my mat. Okay, let's do a couple of bridges to just stretch all that out because that was a lot of twisting and turning, which is fabulous. But as we finish up that little piece, we want to return back to a centered alignment. So lengthen across the tops of your kneecaps, melting chest and shoulders, really relax through the arms and head and neck, and emphasizing the feet pressing into the mat as you roll down and open up that lumbar. Aha, lovely. Inhale, exhale, close the pelvic floor, pull in and up through those kittens, curl the pubic bone to the ceiling, bridging up. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down, scoop, curl the pubic bone as you come down one vertebra at a time. Inhaling at the bottom, two more, exhale, curl up. All the way up, press those feet down, inhale. Exhale, roll down, reach long off the top of your kneecaps, curl and scoop. Inhale down, last one. Exhale, curl up. Nice. Let's do a little salsa hips here. So what does salsa hips mean? You're gonna twist your hips to the right, touch your right booty down onto the mat, lift it up, twist your hips to the left, touch your left booty down. So here we go. A little, I wish we had a little salsa music right now, but notice as you're tapping and lifting, the hamstrings and glutes and inner thighs that are working. This is such a great exercise for that exact hip flexion thing I was talking about. Tap, up, tap, up. Two more, tap, up, tap, up. Last one each side, tap, up, and tap. All right, kittens in, pull them in. Roll on down. Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna come back up. Let's come on to all fours again. Good, all right, so from here, we're gonna reach just our left arm forward, stay on all fours, and then take your left arm, circle it out around and bring it behind you. Bend the elbow, reach, circle out and around. Bend the elbow, reach, circle out and around. What's that right shoulder doing? What's that right arm doing? What's your core doing? What are your kittens doing, right? Lots of little things to pay attention to. So can you keep doing that as you reach your left leg behind you? So dynamic, right? Really moving through the arm while creating stability and a little bit of balance. One more. Now we got to go the other way. So I pull back, circle around, reach forward, one. Pull back, circle around, reach forward, two. Shoulder mobility, shoulder strength, working against gravity. This would be an exercise if you wanted to grab maybe a 2-pound weight. If you want to do this video again some other time, you would grab a 2-pound weight and do this exercise with that to just build a little bit of arm strength. 8, not that working against gravity isn't building strength. 9, because I can feel it in my arms here. And 10, awesome. Okay, other side. So now, right arm, reaching forward, right? And circle it around. Bend, reach, 1. And 2, 3, lots of pelvic floor and core strength here, 4, 5, 10 each way, 6, let's reach that left leg out there, 7, 8, 9, and 10, other way, pull it back, stretch back, circle around, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, got it, 8, 2 more, 9, stay active with that left leg, last one, 10, and bring it in and down, awesome. We're gonna have a seat on our mat. You're gonna take Dancer's Z. So we're gonna do the movement, it's like a push-up and also a little bit of a lovely hip stretch. So you're going, I just moved my glasses, that wasn't the movement. You're gonna turn to your left, both arms like you're holding a big hoop or bushel of something really wonderful. Spiral to your left, turn as far as you can to your right, plant both palms, lift both legs. So do you see how my legs are kind of stuck together? They're keeping their shape, but I'm coming into a push-up. And this is a wide push-up right now, not elbows in, but elbows out nice and wide. So it's a chest press, push up, and twist. Hold your bushel around to the left. Return. And coming down, press up. Good. Okay, so kittens in and up. So as you're moving dynamically like this, especially with one hip up, one hip down. That's what Dancer Z does, right? It really kind of puts our pelvis on a little bit of an angle. Can you still feel your core, still feel connected as you're moving? 5 more. And I encourage you not just to use momentum, but core power to bring you up. And 4 more. Exhale on the push-up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale down here. Exhale up. Or whatever breath pattern works for you. 2 more. And last one. Awesome. Stay here, side bend. Good. Bring your right elbow down. Reach your left arm overhead. Try to get your left butt cheek down. Good. Pull in and up to those kittens. Not forgetting about those kittens. No way, Jose. Up and over. And coming down and side bend. Awesome. Okay, other side. Hold your bushel. Spiral to your right. Turn with a strong core connection to your left. Both palms plant down. Even your bottom foot is connected to that top thigh as you come down into your chest press. Press up and twist. And 2. And play with your breath pattern. I'm exhaling at each movement, and if that makes sense. So I'm exhaling as I come down and press, and then I'm exhaling as I twist. And I obviously am inhaling in between. It's a little different than what I was doing on the other side, but this is that expression. You get a chance to play with what works for you, right? 3 more. Keep lifting up through the pelvic floor and core. Twist. 2 more. Last one. And twist. Come back. Side bend over to your right. Oh yes, shoulder down on the right. Reaching your left arm, especially that left elbow. Excellent. And coming up. Elbow down and side bend over. Zipping up through the pelvic floor and core. Feel the connection. Coming all the way up. Side bend. Fabulous. Come on up and over. Side bend one more time. Really pressing down, 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 down. Through that right butt cheek. And come all the way onto your stomachs. Okay, here we go. On our stomachs. You ready? We're going to start with heel beats. So you're going to take your, excuse me, your hands, one on top of the other, forehead on top of your hands, and take a moment before we actually kind of fly right into the exercise to get settled in and anchored. So anchor your pubic bone to the mat. Send the ribs also kind of into the mat so you can feel the rib connection, pubic bone connection. And then in there, in all that bony connection, is your kitten connection, right? So you're closing pelvic floor, pulling up through the pelvic canal, pulling in your kittens, and now float your right and left leg up. We're gonna turn our thighs externally so you have a slight turn out, and you're beating your heels together. Now, a lot of times I see folks bending their knees. It's not on purpose, we just forget to really straighten the legs. So at every moment, I want you to be reaching through your toes and pulling up those kneecaps as much as you can as you're beating your heels together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of like hundreds breathing, right? Relax your shoulders. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should definitely start getting tired at the upper thigh, back of the glute, inner thigh connection. That whole area, really squeeze those thighs and heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Rest. You felt that? Yeah. Okay. Shake your hips out. Excellent. We're going to bend both knees now. I'm going to encourage you to put your hands under the front of your hip points So I have pockets in the front of my pants here, and I'm going to push down my hips into my hands. I want to make sure that my pubic bone can stay on the mat, that I'm not only pushing into my hip bone, but I'm also really aware of my pubic bone that's pressing into the mat. Here we go. We're going to keep our knees bent. Make sure your knees are pointed straight back to the back wall behind you, not to the sides of the room, and lift those heels up. 1. A little bit of glutes again. 2, 3, 4. Feel the strong connection of the pubic bone into the mat and your hips into your hands. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Stretch those legs out. Very good. Okay. Arms are in front of you if you can do this variation and it doesn't bother your back, neck, or shoulders. Or if not, you're going to bring your hands towards your hips so they're kind of close to your sides. We're going to do our superhumans. Okay, so fully expressing our superhuman self, you're going to press your pubic bone down into the mat. Take a moment to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to float arms, legs with those very long toes, very long fingers, shoulders are down, coming up, press a pubic bone into the mat, press those hip points in the mat, and come right back down. 9 more. And inhale down. And 8. Inhale down. And 7. And 6. You've got this. This is very basic. 5. In terms of strengthening the backs of the spinal column, the whole posterior chain. 4, 3. If this is very challenging for you, do a variation that works for you. 2, and 1, and bring it down. Fantastic. Press up onto all 4s. It's fun being a superhuman. It's hard work, right? We really have to tap into our core strength. We have to feel our spine strong, right? Just like when we think of superheroes or super people that we admire, right? They have a strong core, strong back, flexible, capable. That's you. And arch, pull in and out through the pelvic floor and core. Keep those kittens snuggled in nice and close. 1 more. And curl. Good job. And arch. Okay, let's do a little bit of twisting. So let's take ourselves into the, what's that? Thread the needle. But what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take one leg out. So let's take our right leg out to the side, just a fun variation on a simple thread the needle. You're going to take your right arm out, twist, spiral. So right arm, right leg. As you exhale, you're gonna come under. And as you come down, can you feel the stretch of the inner thigh, inner groin, and the spinal column? So if that leg out is really distracting you from your spinal twist, then maybe keep both knees on the mat. And twist. What about those kittens? And inhale. Exhale. Good job. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good. Bring that down. Here we go. Left leg out to the left arm out to the left. Press into your right arm. And even this just simple stretch feels good. It's like, oh yeah, I kind of can open everything up. And then we go the opposite way. And press up, open, inhale. Exhale, zip those kittens in and out. Don't forget about them. So this is where we start to feel the dynamic movement of our body. Our leg is going one way, our arm is going the other, our spine is having to sort all that out, but it can't do it without the core support. So feel that pelvic floor and core as you're twisting. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good work. Okay, come on to all fours. Inhale, exhale, come all the way up into your Pilates inverted V. Walk in place here. And as you walk in place, feel your lift of the arches. So you're not just lifting your heels, but the arches are lifting up. And one more each side. Okay, keep your feet as wide as your mat. So step them out if you didn't have them that wide to begin with. And then really sit back. So you're really trying to open up through those hamstrings and glutes and just kind of wag your tail side to side. As you're wagging your tail side to side, you can feel the weight shift in your arms and shoulders, one arm lengthening, one arm kind of suctioning back in a little bit. That's good for the shoulder girdle. Legs are kind of doing the same thing. Now you're going to kind of come to a still point in the middle of your mat here, and then put your left hand all the way around to your right ankle, getting a nice big body twist and calf stretch, especially on that right side. Bring it back, and then change over to the other side. And one more each side. Feel the freedom in your body to move, to express, to be. Excellent. And kind of heel toe your feet back together. Walk your hands back to your knees and hang over. Big breath in. As you exhale, press down into your legs and come on up. One vertebra at a time. Good. Here we go. 3 swings to finish. We did it. Here we go. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. 2 more. Or whatever feels good for you. Maybe these body swings are not what you want to do right now. We did it. Excellent work, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for taking the time. And thank you so much for donating to the Trevor Project. And I just wish you a really wonderful day and encourage you to take care of yourself, not just today, but always. Bye, everybody.